Stellar Blade is one of the most visually stunning action-adventure games available on the PS5, and it's perfect for players who want fast combat, deep lore, and breathtaking sci-fi visuals. The story follows Eve, a warrior sent from an orbital colony to reclaim a devastated Earth from mysterious alien creatures called the Naichiba. From the first moment you step into the ruined cities, the game pulls you into a world filled with tension, mystery, and incredible atmosphere. Combat is the main highlight here. It's fast, stylish, and heavily skill-based. Every dodge, parry, and counter feels powerful, especially during boss fights that look straight out of a high-budget anime movie. There's a perfect mix of hack-and-slash action and Souls-like timing, making each encounter intense and satisfying. The haptic feedback and adaptive triggers on the DualSense make every slash, impact, and explosion feel real. On top of that, the world design is genuinely beautiful. From abandoned labs to neon-lit streets, every location feels handcrafted. The soundtrack adds emotional weight, especially in story-heavy moments, where Eve uncovers the truth about herself and humanity. If you want a PS5 exclusive that shows off the console's true power, Stellar Blade is a must-buy.
Lies of P is a dark, stylish, Souls-like action RPG inspired by the Pinocchio story, but reimagined in a gothic, mechanical city filled with deadly puppets and twisted monsters. The game's atmosphere is thick, mysterious, and beautifully crafted, making it stand out from other games in the genre. Combat is challenging, but fair. You must dodge, parry, and strike with precise timing. Weapons feel weighty and responsive, and you can customize your playstyle using different blades, handles, and Legion arm abilities. Boss fights are intense and memorable, testing your patience, skill, and strategy. The game's world design is one of the game's strongest points. Krut is a haunting city influenced by steampunk and Victorian aesthetics. Narrow streets, foggy alleys, elegant buildings, and eerie factories create an immersive environment full of secrets. The story takes creative twists on the Pinocchio myth, exploring themes of humanity, lies, loyalty, and identity. Choices you make affect characters and influence the ending, giving the game emotional depth. On PS5, the performance is smooth, with sharp visuals, detailed textures, and strong lighting. If you enjoy challenging action RPGs with deep lore and beautiful dark environments, Lies of P is a fantastic 2026 purchase.
Death Stranding Director's Cut is a unique, emotional, and atmospheric game created by Hideo Kojima. It blends exploration, sci-fi mystery, and cinematic storytelling into an experience unlike anything else on the PS5. You play as Sam Porterburge, tasked with reconnecting isolated cities across a ruined America. Gameplay focuses on traversal and logistics, walking, climbing, balancing heavy cargo, and using creative tools to cross difficult terrain. It sounds simple, but the environments, physics, and constant tension make every journey feel meaningful. Weather like timefall rain and supernatural BT creatures add danger and atmosphere. The director's cut includes major improvements: new vehicles, advanced delivery tools, firing range challenges, upgraded combat, and enhanced visuals. The social strand system allows players to indirectly help each other by building bridges, roads, and shelters that appear in your world. The story is emotional and full of symbolism, exploring themes of loneliness, connection, and survival. Cutscenes are movie-level quality with incredible performances from actors like Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen. On PS5, the game shines with smoother performance, stronger haptics, and stunning landscapes. If you want something artistic, thoughtful, and deeply immersive, Death Stranding Director's Cut is a must-own title for 2026.
Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut delivers one of the most immersive samurai experiences in gaming. Set during the Mongol invasion of Japan, the game follows Jin Sakai as he struggles between traditional samurai honor and the harsh realities of war.
The story is emotional, beautifully written, and cinematic from start to finish. Combat is fluid and skill-based. Swordplay is fast, responsive, and intense. You can switch between stances, counterattacks, parry enemy strikes, and take down multiple foes with precise timing. The stealth system is also strong, giving players multiple ways to approach situations. The open world is stunning, from golden forests and misty mountains to calm lakes and windy fields covered with flowers. The director's cut adds the Iki Island expansion, delivering new missions, enemies, myths, and some of the best storytelling in the game. On PS5, the improvements are significant. 4K resolution, smoother frame rates, lightning-fast loading, and excellent DualSense support. The wind guidance system, cinematic camera angles, and atmospheric soundtrack make exploration feel like an art film. Ghost of Tsushima is perfect for players who want deep story, authentic Japanese aesthetics, emotional themes, and refined combat. It's easily one of the best PS5 games to buy in 2026.
Assassin's Creed Mirage brings the series back to its roots, focusing on stealth, parkour, and intimate storytelling instead of large RPG systems. You play as Basim, a skilled assassin navigating the vibrant and historically rich city of 9th century Baghdad. The world is dense and alive, filled with markets, rooftops, alleyways, and ancient landmarks. Unlike recent AC games, Mirage is tighter and more focused. Missions revolve around sneaking, blending into clouds, pickpocketing, investigating clues, and performing clean assassinations. The return of classic tools like throwing knives, smoke bombs, and blow darts adds depth to stealth gameplay. Parkour is smooth and fast. Basim can sprint across rooftops, vault over obstacles, and climb buildings with fluid animation. Baghdad's design encourages vertical movement in strategic positioning. The story is smaller in scale but emotionally engaging, focusing on Basim's transformation from a street thief to a master assassin. It explores themes of identity, purpose, and the hidden conflicts of the Brotherhood. Visually, Mirage is beautiful, with realistic lighting, detailed architecture, and atmospheric NPC behavior. On PS5, loading times are almost instant, and the world feels polished and immersive. If you want a focused, stealth-driven adventure with strong narrative and classic Assassin's Creed vibes, Mirage is an excellent pick for 2026.
Helldivers 2 is a chaotic, high-energy third-person co-op shooter that focuses on teamwork, strategy, and pure adrenaline. You play as a Helldiver, part of an elite unit dropped into hostile planets to fight alien creatures, killer robots, and massive enemy swarms. The action is intense and unpredictable. Every mission feels like a war zone. The game's main strength is its cooperative gameplay. You can team up with up to 3 other players, coordinate airstrikes, call in weapon drops, revive teammates, and complete objectives under extreme pressure. Friendly fire is always on, which creates hilarious but tense moments where one mistake can wipe out the entire squad. Weapons and equipment feel powerful, including machine guns, laser rifles, flamethrowers, orbital strikes, and mech suits. Missions vary from rescuing civilians to destroying nests, escorting convoys, and defending bases. Everything is fast, dynamic, and filled with chaos. Visually, Helldivers 2 looks impressive on PS5, with huge explosions, detailed environments, and massive enemy hordes rendered smoothly. DualSense haptics add weight to firing weapons and environmental effects. Helldivers 2 is perfect for players who want action-heavy co-op fun with constant replay value. If you enjoy teamwork, high-intensity battles, and unpredictable missions, this is a must-buy for 2026.
The Midnight Walk is a haunting, atmospheric narrative game that blends mystery, emotional storytelling, and light horror. It is not a jump scare game. Instead, it focuses on mood, slow tension, and psychological depth. Players explore quiet streets, abandoned places, and dreamlike environments while uncovering a layered story about memory, trauma, and the unknown. The game is built around exploration and environmental clues. Every location contains subtle details that reveal more about the characters and world. The pacing is slow, deliberate, and cinematic, allowing you to absorb the atmosphere fully. Sound design is a major highlight. Soft whispers, distant echoes, footsteps, and ambient music create an unsettling but immersive experience. Headphones make the game feel even more intimate and mysterious. Visually, the Midnight Walk uses minimalist environments combined with strong lighting, fog, and shadows to create mood. The art style is simple yet emotionally effective, supporting the game's storytelling focus. The narrative gradually unfolds through fragmented monologues, symbolic visuals, and hidden interactions. It encourages players to interpret the meaning rather than delivering everything directly. If you enjoy story-driven experiences, emotional exploration, and psychological mystery, The Midnight Walk is a unique and memorable PS5 game worth purchasing in 2026.
Dynasty Warriors Origins brings back the iconic large-scale hack-and-slash gameplay with modern improvements for the PS5. If you enjoy massive battlefield action with hundreds of enemies on screen, this game delivers exactly that, but with smoother performance, better visuals, and more strategic depth than past entries. The game returns to its classic roots, one hero cutting through entire armies using fast combos, special abilities, and powerful Musou attacks. Enemy density is extremely high, showcasing the PS5's ability to handle huge crowds with no frame drops. Combat is simple to learn, but satisfying, especially when clearing waves of opponents in seconds. Origins also adds new mechanics like commander units, improved AI formations, and more dynamic battlefield objectives. These changes make missions feel more tactical and engaging rather than pure button mashing. Visually, the game is clean and colorful, with redesigned character models, updated animations, and large, detailed landscapes inspired by historical China. The story mode covers well-known historical battles, blending narrative cutscenes with huge set-piece moments. Dynasty Warriors Origins is a perfect pick for players who want stress-free fun, explosive action, and satisfying crowd combat. It's a great 2026 purchase if you enjoy hack-and-slash gameplay or want something lighter alongside your heavier RPGs and story titles.
Sword of the Sea is a visually stunning, atmospheric adventure from the creators of Journey and Abzu. The game focuses on exploration, fluid movement, and environmental storytelling rather than combat or complex mechanics. It delivers a peaceful yet emotional experience, built around gliding through massive sand waves using a sword that also acts as a hoverboard. The world design is breathtaking. Ancient ruins, deserted temples, floating structures, and shifting dunes create a mysterious and dreamlike environment. Every area feels crafted to evoke emotion through visuals, music, and quiet moments rather than dialogue. Movement is the core of the experience. You can surf across sand oceans, dive into low valleys, leap over waves, and gracefully navigate the world with smooth controls. It creates a sense of flow and freedom that very few games offer. The soundtrack adds incredible atmosphere, blending soft, uplifting music with the sound of wind and sand. It feels meditative, relaxing, and absorbing. While the game is simple, it delivers a strong emotional journey through visual storytelling. Sword of the Sea is perfect for players who want a calm, artistic, and meaningful experience, making it a standout title to buy on PS5 in 2026 for those who appreciate beauty and exploration.
Returnal is one of the most intense and atmospheric sci-fi shooters available on the PS5. It blends roguelike gameplay, bullet hell combat, and psychological storytelling to create a uniquely gripping experience. You play as Celine, an astronaut trapped on an alien planet where the environment keeps changing every time she dies. The gameplay loop is fast, punishing, and incredibly rewarding. Every run through the world feels different thanks to randomized rooms, enemy patterns, and weapon variations. Combat is smooth and extremely responsive, with fluid dash movement, rapid shooting, and bright, chaotic enemy projectiles. It tests both reflexes and strategy. The world design is eerie and beautiful, with surreal environments filled with alien architecture, mysteries, and strange creatures. As you progress, you slowly uncover pieces of Celine's story, a mix of sci-fi horror, memory fragments, and psychological symbolism. PS5 performance is exceptional. Lightning-fast load times make retries seamless, and the DualSense controller enhances immersion with detailed adaptive triggers and haptics for every action, from raindrops to weapon recoil. Returnal is perfect for players who want challenge, atmosphere, and deep replayability. It's one of the most unique and unforgettable PS5 exclusives to buy in 2026.
Final Fantasy XVI is a massive, cinematic action RPG that blends dark fantasy storytelling with high-intensity combat. The game focuses on Clive Rosefield, a character driven by revenge, destiny, and emotional struggle. The narrative is more mature than previous Final Fantasy titles, exploring political conflict, empire wars, ancient powers, and personal sacrifice. Combat is fast, stylish, and fully action-oriented. Clive can use powerful icon abilities, each giving him new combos and elemental powers. These abilities make every battle feel dynamic, flashy, and satisfying. Boss fights are some of the biggest highlights of the game. Large-scale, dramatic, and filled with jaw-dropping cinematic moments that feel like an anime movie come to life. The world of Aliste is beautifully designed, filled with kingdoms, cultures, and lore that make exploration feel meaningful. Side quests add depth to characters, politics, and the world's history. On PS5, the game performs impressively with smooth frame rates, detailed character models, and visually stunning effects during battles. The soundtrack is another strong point, enhancing every emotional and epic moment. Final Fantasy XVI is perfect for players who want a story-rich, combat-heavy RPG with high production value. It's a major must-buy for 2026, especially for fans of cinematic fantasy adventures.
Astrobot is one of the most charming and joyful platformers ever made for the PS5. Despite its cute look, the game delivers extremely high-quality level design and creative gameplay ideas that constantly surprise the player. Every level introduces a new mechanic, visual theme, or puzzle element that keeps the entire experience fresh. The game makes exceptional use of the DualSense controller. From tiny vibration patterns to adaptive trigger feedback, you can feel textures, movements, and environmental changes directly through the controller. This makes Astrobot not just fun, but also a showcase of the PS5's unique features. Controls are smooth and extremely responsive, allowing for precise platforming. Boss fights are energetic, well-animated, and full of personality. The game also contains tons of PlayStation Easter eggs, referencing classic characters and iconic moments from gaming history. Visually, Astrobot is colorful, clean, and beautifully animated. The art direction leans into cheerful, high-energy environments that make every moment fun to watch. Overall, Astrobot delivers pure entertainment value. It's stress-free, positive, and perfectly polished, making it a must-have game for 2026, especially if you want something creative and uplifting alongside your big AAA titles.
Horizon Forbidden West expands everything that made Zero Dawn great. The world is bigger, richer, and more visually stunning, filled with vibrant landscapes, futuristic ruins, and incredibly detailed robotic creatures. Exploration feels rewarding, with secrets, collectibles, and environmental storytelling in every region. Combat is strategic and flexible. Aloy can use bows, traps, elemental attacks, spear combos, and new tools to dismantle robot enemies. Each machine type is uniquely designed, with specific weaknesses, encouraging players to experiment with different tactics instead of repeating the same approach. The narrative continues Aloy's mission to uncover the truth behind ancient technology, rogue AIs, and the collapse of human civilization. The game introduces new factions,
emotional character arcs, and high-stakes sci-fi mystery. On PS5, the visuals are breathtaking. Character models, light effects, foliage density, and weapon animations look extremely polished. Underwater exploration is a standout feature, offering a serene but dangerous new layer to the world. DualSense support gives tension while drawing the bow and subtle atmosphere during movement and combat. Forbidden West is a must-buy for anyone who loves open-world adventures, strong storytelling, and visually stunning worlds. It's one of the most complete PS5 experiences available in 2026.
God of War Ragnarok delivers one of the most powerful mythological stories in modern gaming. The bond between Kratos and Atreus is at the heart of the narrative, and the game explores themes of destiny, parenthood, anger, and forgiveness with emotional depth. The writing, voice acting, and cinematics are top tier. Combat is heavy, intense, and satisfying. Kratos wields the Leviathan axe and Blades of Chaos with improved combos, skills, and elemental effects. Enemy variety is significantly expanded, and boss fights are more frequent and more cinematic than the previous game. Every encounter feels handcrafted and memorable. The world design is larger and more diverse. Each realm has its own atmosphere, puzzles, creatures, and secrets to discover. Side quests, called favors, are written with surprising emotional weight and world building, making them feel like extensions of the main story rather than filler. On PS5, the game performs beautifully, with smooth 60 FPS gameplay, stunning environments, and incredibly detailed character models. DualSense support enhances weapon impacts and environmental interactions. Ragnarok is not just an action game. It is a complete emotional journey and a masterclass in storytelling. For anyone who owns a PS5 in 2026, this is a game that should not be missed.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is one of the most polished and cinematic superhero games ever created. It allows you to play as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales, each with their own unique abilities, animations, and mission styles. Switching between the two characters keeps the gameplay fresh and fast-paced. The web swinging feels smoother than ever, with improved traversal, air treks, and faster transitions across New York City. Combat is more fluid, featuring new abilities like Peter's symbiote powers and Miles' enhanced Venom abilities. The animations and impact during fights feel incredibly dynamic. The story is emotional, intense, and filled with huge twists. The Venom arc is one of the best Marvel video game storylines, blending action with character-driven moments. Side quests also feel meaningful and connected to the world, avoiding the usual filler designs seen in other open-world games. Visually, the game pushes the PS5 with ray tracing, fast loading, and a detailed open world packed with life. DualSense features give extra immersion while swinging, fighting, or using powers. If you enjoy action-packed games with cinematic storytelling, great characters, and top-tier production quality, Spider-Man 2 is a must-own title for 2026.
Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the most complete and immersive RPG experiences available on the PS5. From the moment you create your character, the game gives you absolute freedom in how you explore the world, solve quests, and shape relationships. Every choice matters. Dialogue decisions, exploration paths, even small actions can change how characters react to you and how the story unfolds. The combat is turn-based but incredibly dynamic, allowing you to use the environment in clever ways. Fire, water, height advantage, explosive barrels, stealth, and spells all interact to create thousands of possibilities in each battle. Each class and companion has unique skills and personalities, giving the game strong emotional depth. The story itself is massive and filled with political intrigue, dark magic, monsters, and moral dilemmas. With over 100 hours of content, multiple endings, and huge replay value, it's a game you can return to many times. On PS5, the performance is smooth, the visuals are crisp, and the DualSense support adds subtle but satisfying feedback. For players who want a deep, emotional, choice-driven RPG with world-class writing, Baldur's Gate 3 is easily one of the best games to buy in 2026.